Okay, guys, we got four more. These four again are 12 player sit and goes that we got going on here. I feel like I'm learning a lot from a lot of these as I do this. Hopefully, maybe you're learning something too, or learning how dumb I am at the very least, possibly. So this one here, we're in round number 12. And one thing I found on a couple of my teams here that I maybe have pushed QB a little too much, possibly, or just everyone else is pulling up QBs a ton. I guess I'm hoping here that I have so much firepower across the rest of my team that it won't matter, or like I can survive. The best quarterback available here is Deshaun Watson, who's um, I'd have to draft him before ADP if I wanted to do it. Um, I feel like trying to weather the storm and see if eventually, like maybe he comes back to me at 152 and I get lucky there or something like that. Well, actually at 152, and I think we were actually talking about this one, if I'm not mistaken. At 152, I was thinking that's when I would take this the team with the Tennessee players. It is. I got Ridley and Spears, so at 152, I think I'm taking Will Levis no matter what. Um, and then I think I'm just going to hammer a couple more. I can get JJ McCarthy maybe to pair with Jefferson as well. So I got a couple options there as I go along. Um, right now, I have four four running backs, six wide receivers, a tight end, and so we got left there. I got Zach Charbonnet queued up. I think it's just sort of pick 137. I like getting Zach Charbonnet where I can. I liked watching him last year. I think if he had when he had the opportunity, he definitely took advantage of it last year too. So that's nice to know that it's just not all potential. It's that he's shown or displayed a little bit of that potential as well. So if I can grab him and it makes sense in the team, I will. On this one here, it's either grabbing a QB or grabbing a running back five, and then I feel like maybe if I grab the QB here early, and he doesn't pair with anyone at all. And I feel like just weathering it here and grabbing three or four at the end. And if I grab another, like just why not have this really odd constructed team, see what happens? Do I end up with like Levis, McCarthy, Carr, and Young, or Levis, McCarthy, Fields, and Nix, or May, or something like that? Or Fields and Russell Wilson actually is what I think I'd like to do with this one with the two Pittsburgh guys here. Um, and we still have, is he available or is he taken? Darn, I was going to say maybe the Pittsburgh tight end Frymuth. When did Frymuth go? Did he just go? He went right here. If Frymuth comes back around, maybe I take him instead just to try to really emphasize the Pittsburgh team, something that like I never do or haven't done much of, even though I've drafted a good amount of Warren, decent amount of Najee. No one else really from Pittsburgh. Um, okay, we're gonna go Zach Charbonnet here and just push it and have some kind of ugly, probably three tight end, three QB build to go along with everything else. And I think that kind of makes sense based on how we built it out. I started this out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, I can go with Jones if he's available and Jefferson or McCarthy if he's available. And then I got Will Levis, McCarthy, and Daniel Jones. Actually, and then I can go with Fields. So I actually have a team of a bunch of garbage here as far as team like the NFL teams are playing for. And so this actually might work out the way it is if I can feel like super comfortable here and then just start attacking, especially QB and tight end at some point in time too. Um, Minnesota is he? Yeah, Minnesota's tight end is gone. New York Giants, their tight ends at the very end, so I'm probably taking him as well. And so is Tennessee at the end. This is actually going to work out pretty well as far as like an ugly team that's correlated. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're going to go Charbonnet right now just to build out those running backs with players that make sense, and then um, go from there. So I feel good about this pick actually. Zach, sure, and he's probably one of my highest. Other than a couple more wide receivers, he's my highest rated pick. In in old days, I would definitely take one of these wide receivers probably, but I think I've already made my bet on wide receiver, and another wide receiver isn't gonna make or if it makes or break my team was probably broken no matter what. So we are gonna go running back here, and we're feeling good about it as we see what our options are later on draft and running back. Next one here. This team is actually I saw what I got queued up a bunch of Vegas. I got Joe Burrow. I did draft some Vegas players on this one too, and then I got Bowers, and then I got Myers here also. And I don't really have a great number two quarterback in Mayfield to go with Burrow. I feel like this is one where grabbing another quarterback makes sense. I have Madison queued up here just because he was on Las Vegas. Did I have anyone else queued up on this one? Let's see here. Yeah, I had Minshew. That's who I had queued up. I had Gardner Minshew queued up here, but I think actually not taking him and then getting O'Connell makes more sense. Learning from the last draft, getting the quarterbacks, they're going to get scooped up. I'm debating here whether I should go. I don't think I'm going to take Madison here. If you look at my team, I got two players that are going to start the season starting. Another player that's going to start the season starting probably, which means, and then I got Pierce who knows what the heck's going to go on with him. So I need someone that's going to come in later on, hopefully, and make something happen. And there's a chance that Lob comes in. That's how you pronounce it later on. So I think we're moving him down. We're not going to take him. And now it's between I think McMillan and O'Connell for this pick right here. And I'm kind of leaning O'Connell. I like McMillan, especially here since I grabbed Baker Mayfield, just because I was going to get closed out at quarterback if I didn't take one, and he had fallen. Did I get him with the tight end? No, I didn't, because I ended up with Johnson here and Schultz here. I took John. This was a dumb pick, this Johnson pick, I think. I think you guys saw me take that pick too. I didn't know what to take, so I took Johnson. I feel like that was probably stupid now that we're looking at it in hindsight and seeing where we're at. I took him here. I could have taken, I don't know what I take instead though. I don't know. I think there's not like there wasn't a great pick no matter what on this one at this point in time. It's already over as far as that. Or maybe I'll look at it when we analyze the full draft and try to make some sense out of it. I don't think it matters a whole. I mean, I don't think it matters a whole lot there. Actually, the reason why I took it isn't a bad philosophy for the most part. I have Bowers, who knows when if he starts off strong or not. I got Schultz, who can be hit or miss because he's like the fourth option at best. And so you get Johnson, if he actually recovers and is ready for the beginning of the season, he can have some spike weeks in between when these other players falter. So that's why I did it. I think it kind of makes sense. I'm going to go Connell here to give myself a third QB in this build just because it might make sense with what I got. I don't need it, but it might make sense, especially considering I already got some Vegas players too. I like McMillan. I'd like to get McMillan here because I don't have really any drafts and it makes sense to get him here. That being said, there's three more wide receivers that are ADP ahead of them, and there's a number of wide receivers after that I like Walker, Washington, maybe if like spike week type of stuff. So even if I don't get them, it's okay. If I look here, 8, 7, 8. So there's a chance that maybe he takes one and he takes a wide receiver, but maybe these guys just pass on all wide receivers. There's also a chance that these two guys here take the last remaining QB that is potentially a starting QB in O'Connell. Because after O'Connell, then you just got a bunch of players that may, like Darnold may start, maybe not. Brissett start, maybe not start. And even if they do start, they're supposed to be kicked out of the job. O'Connell could start and keep it, or come in and get the job and keep it later on. I'm going to take O'Connell here for a three-headed QB build along with three tight ends. I don't do this a whole lot, but I see everyone else do it. So following the pack maybe makes sense. Probably not in a lot of cases, but maybe it makes sense here with this. I think it makes sense a little bit with this build, basically how I've placed some of my bets. Okay, we're going O'Connell, and we'll see if we can get who we want after that as well. It'd be nice if we could. Okay, next one here. I got no one queued up in this one. 12th round. Lots of wide receivers, a QB, Stroud, a tight end. Is it Schultz? No, it's Kittle. Okay. I have, if I have Stroud, I got Collins. Is that the only one I got? And Tank Dell. Okay, I got Collins and Tank Dell in this one. That's interesting right there. Definitely placed my bets on, I probably went like super wide receiver heavy on this one. So this might be the same philosophy as the last one where I'm not going wide receiver. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of my first 6 picks are wide receivers. I then went and I got this. I love this tight end pick here. This is like my favorite pick I've ever made this year so far. Kind of silly, but getting him kind of late right here. He could have been drafted right here. I let him go all the way around the turn, grab him here. Warren here was really nice as well. And I want to say I even like kind of did the same thing here with grabbing Warren here, realizing that there won't be many wide receivers taken, most likely. And I ended with McConkey here. Look at that. See, I got a running back here, and 3 running backs went in this little round, and only 1 wide receiver went. So I kind of play in people's hands here on these ones. I went with Singletary here to give me a second running back that would definitely start. I could have taken Brian Robinson. I could have taken Ford, but I got a lot more Robinson already. And do I have, I don't know why I took Singletary. Maybe just to change it up a little bit, possibly. Or I think I did that to give myself an option to get Daniel Jones as my other quarterback on this one. Okay. On this one here, sorry about that. So we've made our bet, I think, again on wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did. So again, look at all these wide receivers available. These guys over here, I think, are going to be super lucky with what they got. This is another one where I got Charbonnet available, who I just took. I'm going to need at least one more QB. And again, based on who's left at QB, I might need 2 QBs again. I got 1 giant in Singletary who can be a receiver. And then I drafted McConkey here, hoping to maybe go with Herbert, but he was taken. This might be one where I can try to do like a New Orleans thing because we do have Miller available here. And then at tight end, this might be another 3 tight end build because I'm probably going to miss out on some of these last guys. And Johnson has been falling a lot, so I can get him hopefully falling. And then I end up with at least 2 tight ends there, and I just fill it out with a 3rd tight end somewhere else. So I think this makes sense to do that. If I take Miller there, who do I take at 49? At 49, do I take another running back on this one? 3, 4. I think I take another running back, maybe. I like these guys here. And then that also opens up with like Chandler. If I want to go and do like a Minnesota thing, maybe on this one too with JJ McCarthy is one of my 3 QBs. I think I'm going down another 3 QB, 3 tight end build with this one. But I do like what I've done here as far as my wide receivers go, and then like Warren, Singletary, and then Corum. I think that's a good start to a zero RB type of build here. We're gonna go Kendry Miller in this one because Gino's already been taken, and I just want to open up something else, diversify. I got tons of Charbonnet, not as much as Kendrick Miller. Actually, more importantly on this one, um, I don't know if it's more important. It's not more important, but I got like a part timer, a guy that who knows if he keeps the job or not, just based on age, and who knows where he goes this year with it. Miller, I think, has a better chance of winning a job than Charbonnet. And so this one might make sense also as far as winning a job and then having a great starter while maybe someone's slipping off of the job too. I'll just sell it that way. I don't know if that is perfect or not. Rico might make sense, but Dallas, I can't get their QB. So I'm gonna go Miller here and feel pretty good about it overall. I got tons of Dowdle, I got tons of Charbonnet already. I got tons of Wright, tons of Lloyd. I think a good amount of Chandler as well. And so like this pocket here, I keep on getting guys. I think it's a good pocket. Hopefully it is. We're gonna go Miller here at 140. We got one more left. Hey, Brian Robinson, I got queued up here. I haven't drafted him at all in any of these drafts right here. Let's see. 10th round. So this is an interesting one. 10th round, I got four. So this is totally different than their ones. Look at this. I got two QBs already, Prescott and Jared Goff. Oh, I took Jared Goff here because I usually don't do that, but I ended up with Montgomery and Laporta and Williams. And so I felt that, if I'm already going Detroit heavy, I might as well make sure I get the QB to go along with it. So I'm done with QB with two QBs here, unless one falls in like the last round that I can just do as a pick. And I feel pretty good about that right there. I only got one tight end right now, not that I need another one, but I only have four wide receivers. And I got two pretty good running backs, better than some of my other teams as far as draft capital goes. And so I need wide receivers. I have Robinson queued up first here. If we look at ADP, I got a tight end, which I don't need. I mean, I can pair up as well if I wanted to, but I don't really care too much about that with someone like Robinson available. Only one person I got around here, right? As far as that goes. At running back, I do like Robinson quite a bit more than basically any of these guys. Maybe Chase Brown I like similar, but I do like Robinson even a lot more than Chase Brown. And I don't have any Bengals to even say like, hey, that makes sense at all. At wide receiver here, I queued up Sutton, I think, because I don't have a lot of Sutton just because of how things have fallen for the teams. And I queued up Romeo Dobbs just because why did I do him instead of Samuel or Lockett? I guess ADP and I got Jacobs maybe, and I don't have a lot of Dobbs. I got Dobbs. I got more Samuel, definitely more Lockett than these two here. So that's why I did that. I think. But that being said, I don't really care which one I get for the most part out of all these four players. With that makes it a very simple decision here. If I don't take Robinson here, who I like a lot more, then I end up with a running back that I don't like as much. Actually, Dowdle here. Oh, he's a 1-4. Could I get him in my next pick? I could 43. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go with Robinson here. We're going to hope we're going to care. We don't care which one. We're going to have with a wide receiver to get 5. And then I think we're just kind of like flip flopping wide receiver running back maybe because if Dowdle gets back to me in the next one, that would be my I guess dream pick here, if you want to call it, just to kind of pair with my Dallas stack here. And then we just got to make sure that we don't fall behind on wide receiver like we already have, basically, if we want to have an option here. So this is going to be a different team than the other ones that we've had. Very slow on wide receiver build out compared to the others, but not as bad as I've done in the past. So I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel good about it. Maybe we're relying on a little more luck on this one, but it's how the draft has fallen a little bit. And we will go with the draft. We were going to go Brian Robinson here, and then again, some kind of wide receiver next, and then hope that Dowdle falls to us in the next round or something like that. I like Lloyd as well, but Dowdle, I think, matches the team. Oh, actually, oh, yeah, we got Jacobs already, so Lloyd wouldn't be the best pick there. But we'll figure it out. We'll go Robinson. Okay, that's our 4 for today. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.